Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today is Sunday, May 15th, and this is the MLB DFS video for today. So in today's video, we'll be taking a look back at yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out. I'm talking about my core plays for the main slate on FanDuel today, as well as my top GPP stacks from my article over at WeBetATS.com. At this time of this recording, that article is not published, so I will be just mentioning the stacks that I do have for today. But without further ado, we'll get into it with a recap of yesterday's picks. We're going to start off with pitcher Zach Gallen, $9,900. Hefty price tag there, but he got 46 points. He was ahead. He was the top overall pitcher on yesterday's slate. Can't say too much more about that. Obviously pitched very well against the Chicago Cubs team. The only thing more we could ask for was a win. Then we move over to shortstop / second baseman Gene Segura, $3,400, got 25.7 points, hit an early 3-run homer in this game yesterday. So he was ahead. He was the top second baseman or the top shortstop, just depending on which place you ended up choosing to play him. And then we had Josh Donaldson, $3,000. He got us 3 points, so he was a push. Not anybody that helped you, not anybody that completely killed you at the same time. Giancarlo Stanton, his teammate, $3,500, 15.5 points, so he was a hit. Not a way over the top day for him like we were kind of expecting, but a solid day nonetheless. And then last but not least, we had Yoan Moncada, $2,600, got to 24.7 points. He was a hit. Third base was kind of where it was at yesterday, as he was only a top 5 third baseman, but still a very good play at $2,600. So a 4 out of 5 day in terms of the core picks yesterday. Some really good top options there. So as long as you had some other decent players there, you probably cashed rather easily. But with that being said, we'll get moved over into the core picks for today. So we're going to start off at the pitcher position, most expensive guy on the entire slate. Justin Verlander, $10,500, averaging 42 fantasy points per game. Really turning it on as of late. Goes against the Washington Nationals team that is not the best either. He has good history versus the guys he's faced from this lineup in the past, so no question marks here when it comes to Justin Verlander. Trying not to overthink it too much today. Then we move down to first base with his teammate Yori Gurriel. He has $2,600, 5 for 8 in this series already, so he's on a hot streak. We've seen what happens when this guy hits well, and he is a good hitter, and he's just been off to a very slow start so far this season, averaging just under 7.5 points on the season. And then with that being said, he is also 1 for 4 versus Patrick Corbin, the Washington Nationals starting pitcher for today. We'll see if he can get that average against him up just a little bit as well. Then we move all the way down to shortstop. You can also play him at third base with Isaiah Kiner-Falefa of the New York Yankees. $2,500, averaging about 7.5 fantasy points per game on the season. The one thing he's kind of missing on the year is a home run. Maybe he gets it today, maybe he doesn't. But he is 3 for 3 versus Michael Kopech, so there is definitely a lot of upside there. Obviously, he's never gotten him out before, so if he keeps that streak up today, probably going to be a very good play at $2,500. Then we move down to our outfielders. So we have Starling Marte, $3,400, averaging just under 11 fantasy points per game on the season. Had a pretty good start to the season, kind of cooled off a little bit as of late. Goes against Robbie Ray for the Seattle Mariners. Today, he is 7 for 20 versus him with 1 home run in his career. So definitely some good upside there at a little bit of a reduced price tag for Starling Marte overall. Then last but not least, we have Michael Taylor of the Kansas City Royals. $2,700, averaging just over 7 fantasy points per game on the season. So Michael Taylor is probably not a name you're really truly thinking of today, but if you want some cheap exposure to Coors Field, Michael Taylor could be your guy. He's got a hit in 4 out of the last 5 games. He's a relatively cheap price tag at $2,700. He's 0 for 3 versus Gomber in his career, who is the starting pitcher for the Rockies today, but he's not pitched as well as of late. So Michael Taylor looking to turn his luck around once again today. Then with that being said, if you go with these 5 players that I do have listed here, you have $13,300 remaining, just over $3,300 per player. So you could probably spend up for maybe 1 or 2 guys, pay down for a couple other options. But since we did pay all the way up for Justin Verlander, I've tried to put some cheap options in here to kind of build that core just to start the day off. And then with that being said, we'll take a look. Would be over at my cheat sheet, but that article is not out at this point in time. Once it is out, I will leave the link down in the comments below. But in terms of the core plays that I do have for today, I do have the Milwaukee Brewers going against the Miami Marlins and Eliezer Hernandez, who has not pitched well at all this season. So stacking some of those Brewers bats, especially some of the left-handed bats, could be a good thing for today as well. Then we move down to the Astros. Obviously, we have 2 of them in this lineup with Justin Verlander and Gurriel. You can stack pretty much any Astros hitter you want today. Going against Patrick Corbin, who's been one of the least efficient pitchers on the season. Pitched a little bit better last 2 times out, but I'm not too concerned about that, as this is a pretty explosive Astros offense when it's on its A game, which they've pretty much been as of late. And then we move over to the Colorado Rockies going against Daniel Lynch and the Kansas City Royals. Daniel Lynch, still a very young pitcher at Coors Field. Could be some upside there as well. Maybe that's a popular stack. Maybe it's not today. I wouldn't be surprised if the Kansas City side of the game is a little bit more popular than the Rocky side, but we'll just have to see. And then last but not least, we have the Reds going against Robbie Ray and the Seattle Mariners. I do not expect this one to be a super popular stack, but a lot of these Mets hitters have hit Robbie Ray pretty well in the past, so there could be some upside there. Robbie Ray is still striking out a lot of guys, but he's given up a lot of runs so far this season as well. But with that being said, these are my core picks as well as top GPP stacks for today, May 15th. As always, if you have any questions related to MLB DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on today's slate, whether it's somebody from my core 5, whether it's somebody from my top GPP stacks, or a completely different player you guys think I missed. Definitely interested in hearing what you have to say. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at CoachCraigSports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's MLB, whether it's USFL. Those are the two main ones right now. Daily MLB DFS videos, weekly USFL video. This week, unfortunately, I had a couple other conflicts on Friday, so I was not able to record a video. However, I did make a post on YouTube and a thread on Twitter, so definitely be sure to check that out before the games today. And then I'll also be listing all the inactives for both the games today there as well. And then with that being said, if you are new or current subscribers yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily MLB DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.